Alright, what's good, y'all? Yohan here to bring you a quick first impressions video on Mythic Askr here. Not a live reaction this time because I was at work. But yeah, wow, we got him really quickly. So, just like with Ymir, as soon as they showed up in the story and TT, like, here we are. So I wonder if this will be a consistent thing from now on, but we know how IS is with patterns and stuff. So, we'll go right into it here. With his glorious trailer cutscene there. Really nice special art, by the way. That's one nice thing about Kozaki, because he always does unique special art instead of doing unique damage art. Okay, oops, I kind of missed it. Let's go back real quick. So he is a infantry colorless beast, so like Valoria. And he is another light mythic, defense boosting light mythic. We have our fair share of really good light mythics, so this is it's gonna be really hard to convince people to buy into this guy, unless you just like his character and whatnot. But because we have a lot of really good light mythics, a lot of the competitive players already have their maxed out light mythics, and most of them are really good, except for maybe like Oler, who's niche good, and Freya, who's not that good anymore, nor was she that really good on release either. But we still have really good options in Air, Peony, Mila, Dagger, so it's pretty competitive out here. Let's see if he has what it takes to, you know, get people to buy him. So, alright, we got Illuminating Horn. Oh, by the way, the defense boosting is actually pretty nice for, actually, no, that doesn't matter really. I mean, it's nice in general for tanking, obviously, but it has nothing to do with isolation, so forget that. So we have a Illuminating Horn slaying weapon, as everything else is nowadays. Every PRF weapon is nowadays, it feels like. 5 spectrum stats with an auto follow-up, boom, and 20% true damage and damage reduction based on 20% of his unit's defense. However, that damage reduction is actually the Spring Maria style, so it's like a flat damage reduction. So if you stack this with, like, you know, Flame and other things like that, he's really, really tanky. The only downside to this is he's not getting mythic buffs because he's a mythic himself. So outside of his bonus season, he's not going to have the highest HP. But it's probably safe to say he's going to be extremely min-maxed. So he'll probably still be extremely tanky. Notably, he does not prevent follow-ups, but I guess that's with the Resonant Shields, right? Yeah, he does prevent follow-ups because he has Resonant Shields. Alright. I'll talk about open domain later though. So, and then he has the tempo effect. So, I mean, he's got slaying and tempo right off the bat, and his open domain skill, which we'll cover in a second, sets him up really nicely for Gale Force comps. So, that's already a big plus. Already more useful than, you know, Freya and Oler in that sense. But yeah, despite that, it's mostly just a combat-focused weapon. But he has plenty of decent support with his new B skill and C skill. So we got Bonfire, Attack Defense Ideal, and Attack Defense Bulwark 3. So inheritable, new inheritable B skill. It's basically Gatekeeper's Obstruct, and an additional Attack Defense -4 on foe, and random restore 7 HP the unit after combat. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. Even without the obstruct part, you know, just flat stat damage reduction on top of like a more healing than Mystic boost even. So obviously, like, you know, your save tanks don't really care for this because they'd rather run, you know, the fighter skills and whatnot. But it is pretty interesting for, you know, infantry tank units. We don't know what the restrictions are. I'm assuming it's going to be infantry locked, but I guess we'll see. It might be armor available too. But yeah, it's just a solid tank skill. A good alternative to like a low attack defense. And things like that. So again though, you know, this wants you to put him on the front line, which is feasible on a save ball, but in a save ball this kind of skill doesn't matter that much anyway. But again, since his stats will be kind of lacking outside of his bonus season, I don't know if you actually want to do this, but I mean, he could be a fine melee tank for sure. Even especially during his bonus season, but even outside of his bonus season, if he has enough support, I think he'll do just fine as a melee carry with bar save, so that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, interesting skill. It'll be cool to see how people implement it. Rip Gatekeeper though, but his refine's coming in like 2 months, so we'll see how they beef him up a bit. Wait. No, his refine is like in a year and 2 months. Alright, Rip Gatekeeper. Yeah, so next we have his PRFC skill, Open Domain, another domain skill, naturally. At start of turn, if units within 2 spaces of allies, from a different title than unit, which is kind of random, but sure, I guess it's because it's a resonance effect. He gives resonance plates and resonance shields to himself and allies. That's pretty good. That's effective. That's basically drive attack, drive at speed, drive defense, drive spectrum of drive, essentially, on top of the follow-up blocking. So that's extremely good. And it's not even like you have to be within 2 spaces of him at all times, you know. It's a buff, so you can like move away from him and still get these bonuses. So that's really, really nice. And on top of that, I think this is the best part of it. He has an AoE infantry pulse, but for any, you know, it's basically, it's kind of like Lecter. It's basically Ostia's pulse too, because it's a pulse at the start of every turn, not even just turn 1. This is insane. So this guy is really, really powerful for Gale Force. Like, you're pulsing, if he's in the middle, 5 of your teammates, well, including himself. He's an infantry, he's got slaying. You can get rid of Bulwark for Wings of Mercy if you need be. And he has a tempo effect. This is really, really good. You can combine this with Ash. You can use like a lot of different Gale Force units with this. It's definitely not World Breaker, but now that we have Duo Thor, you could also combine this with World Breaker if you wanted to. Maybe that's a bit OD though, but yeah, really, really good Mythic. Is it enough to justify pulling for him if you already have your light Mythics merged up? I don't think so. Good to go. I feel like there's no reason to still pull on this guy because the Mythics for the most part are really good still. But yeah, he's still a really good one-off, absolutely. I mean, he'll be good for SD, obviously. Like, that goes without saying. If you can pulse your entire team without even the tactics requirement, that's just so crazy. He's gonna be quite common. Like, and I assume the Bulwark effect is actually gonna have some use in SD for sure. So definitely a decent one-off unit if you play competitive SD, but also a really strong AR unit. But again, I wouldn't recommend pulling for him if you're already like stable in your scoring. So yeah, alrighty, that's basically covers it, I think. The music is amazing as always. And yo, I mean, yeah. This is crazy, man. This animation is so good. The sprite is glorious. Oh man. I wouldn't blame you if this convinces you to buy him or pull for him. That's so good. He's a giant bull. Alright, so let's talk about this banner. So we got Peony, Legendary Celica, Plumeria, Legendary Dimitri, who's with Saros for like a millionth time. Ashura. Who cares about him? Merida, Legendary Nana, Arthur, and Medius. Alright, so as you might have expected, colorless is pretty good here. You got an offense mythic, 2 offense mythics. You got Medius, who's like one of the best defense mythics right now. And if you don't care to put him on your defense, he's Canto Control, which is highly coveted right now. So yeah, colorless is definitely the winner here. After that, it's kind of a mixed bag, I would say. I think red's probably your next best bet at a glance. Yeah, red's definitely best bet, especially if you haven't pulled Merida yet. That's a Floret. Legendary Nana is amazing as a one-off, and Plumeria in general is a great mythic to merge up because she's a dancer. So definitely second best there, I would say. And then blue, I suppose. Blue or Yeah, blue's probably better because it has 2 mythics and legendary, whereas green has the Dud and Arthur. So yeah, and Celica is still, she's gonna get her refined soon, but not like that soon. We still got quite a ways to go because we're going 1 remix at a time, which is a pain, but whatever, I guess. So yeah, I think green's the worst here. Blue just has good, like Saris is a good one-off if you need her for your defense to unlock the 7th slot. Peony's again one of the best light mythics. Dimitri has, his stonks have gone really high recently because now he has Vital Astra, he has Speed Smoke 4. There's other ways to give him no follow-up now. So yeah, he's been having a good time for sure. So definitely a really good water mythic to invest into. Alright, that about does it, I think. So thank you guys for watching. I am personally skipping on this. I dumped more orbs than I would have liked on Summer Micaiah, and I did end up pulling on Ascended Celica's banner quite a bit, regretfully, even though it was objectively a bad decision, but what's done is done, I guess. So I'm back in saving mode to see what the pirate banner is going to be. If the pirate banner does not have Rebecca or something I really want, I'm probably going to dump the rest of my orbs into Summer Micaiah, because she is at +4 right now. I think in the video I mentioned I didn't want to +10 her. I wasn't planning on +10ing her, but I ended up getting like 3 or 4 copies of her like really quickly, like literally less than 50 orbs. I got 4 copies, so I feel like that's gonna be an actual +10 merch project, +10 merch project by the time the double special comes back. So that's what's on the list. But if Pirate Rebecca happens, everything for her. So yeah, that's my plan for now. Thank you guys for watching. That'll be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the banner in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that. It's good to have a lot of, I know some of you are new faces here from the rival remains. So happy to see you. Happy to see you. Hope you stick around. And yeah, peace out, guys. Have a good one.